Alright guys, this is where we left off in the walk cycle layer parenting assignment. You should have finished parenting everything to the torso by now, so it should look something like this when you have it on. I'm going to go ahead and toggle it off because we're done doing that. And now we get to the fun part, which is actually animating this guy like a puppet. So first things first, let's go ahead and extend all of our layers to the 1 second mark. So the easiest way to do that is if you double click in this little area underneath the 1S, so frame 24, all of your layers should get highlighted in blue, and you can hit F5 to extend them all. I'm going to be working in 5s because it's just easier for me that way, and then I can adjust timing later. But you want to look up some references for your walk cycle. Really the only important ones are all of them, but the contacts and the passing poses are your main ones. You'll see that there's high points and then low points, but we do not have our character split up into two parts. That would be the torso split up into two parts. So we're just going to keep it simple with the contact and passing poses. You can totally add some swag to your character's walk if you want to. If you look at our examples, in the assignment we have somebody that did the Naruto run, and then somebody that did the moonwalk as well, so it's up to you really. So my first one is this contact pose right here, which you can totally keep. Then we can double click, or you can customize it too, completely up to you. But if we double click here to highlight all of the layers in frame 5 and hit F6, we can start to customize our character's walk cycle. Don't forget you can toggle on onion skin so you can see where your previous pose was. But we have our contact pose here. The recoil would be maybe what I want to do next. So that, make sure you have free transform on. And before I get started, I'm actually going to Command Z really quick and extending frames, because this layer right here is the one that's making me nervous, because I actually don't know if it's set up right. So I'm going to hide the torso really quick and check nope. Alright, so the pivot point wasn't set up where it's supposed to. Now it is, so I'm going to bring that back up. Alright, now I can add this frame and then go back to frame 5. Hit F6. Cool. So I'm going to try to do this recoil here, where this leg just kind of bends a little. If any snapping's happening and you don't want it to, go to your dock panel, or your dock tab in your properties, and then just make sure these are turned off. And there we go. Oops. I'm going to actually hide this a bit. Sweet, so we have some of the recoil happening. This gets bent a little bit. Oops, not outwards, inwards. Right. And then maybe these start to come in a bit more. Alright, so have that recoil, move over 5 frames, double click to highlight everything and then hit F6. And then this one would be our passing pose, so I'm looking at this pose now, where I'm bringing this leg back, this one forward, Alright, something like that maybe. Move over 5 frames. And I'm actually not even doing anything with the head, but I can maybe go back and do that after. So I'm going to double click to frame 15, F6 to add a keyframe. Move this one further back. Move this one forward. Oops, I don't want to. If you can't see this other arm in the back, remember you can use your layers as well and it'll highlight it. Okay. F6. I'm going to actually do this as my high point. Okay, and then maybe my last one could be my last contact. Alright, so I'm going to see how that looks really quick. That should be a recoil. Passing. And passing. Switched. High point. Did I not change anything with this leg? I did not. Okay. You can go and add some of the body movements here. I'm going to see what this one looks like. Ooh, that's terrible quality. Want to see something that's going to show me like any head movements that we can do, but I think they're mostly side to side, so, or up and down. I'll do maybe slight rotation back, but nothing too crazy. Shouldn't have done it in that one. Let's do it in this one. Cool. So I'm going to see that now. Okay, once you're happy with the poses, you want to go ahead and I'm going to extend my timeline again. Click once on your first keyframe in your first layer, so that would be head. Then you're going to hold down shift and click on your last keyframe in your last layer to highlight all of them. Then you're going to right click anywhere in between these frames and you're going to hit create classic tween. If you play this back, you should see your walk cycle happening. Okay. So, oops. this is the time to, if you wanted to copy paste these frames, you're more than welcome to do so. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Yeah, so you can come back to frame 30, F6, and then keep looping and adjusting the poses. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to keep it short at 24. But again, add swag to your character. Mine's just a boring walk cycle for now. I'm going to go back to my main timeline. It's not going to play here because we don't have enough frames, so I'm going to come to the 1 second and hit F5. Okay, so if I were to hit play, nothing's going to show up on my timeline, my main one, because the type of symbol this is, it's a movie clip. So if I wanted to see it play through, you'd have to go to test movie, and this is where you would see it. Now, you can change that just by selecting the symbol and then going to properties and changing this to a graphic. And now you'd be able to see it on your actual timeline. Okay. If I wanted to keep this going, as you should, I can hit F5 and it's going to keep looping the animation, but because I don't have a frame that's going to loop it correctly, it's just not going to do a good job. So I do want you to spend more time making a good looping animation. Once you're done and you've changed it into a graphic, you like how your walk cycle or your skipping cycle, Naruto Run walk cycle looks, you're going to save this progress and then you're going to export it as an animated GIF. And you're going to upload the GIF file to Schoology. You can leave it as walk cycle if you want. Let me know if you guys need any help.